Aziz Pahad will be laid to rest at the Westpark Cemetery in Johannesburg later this morning after an official funeral. Many have paid tribute to the late stalwart, describing him as a man of great character. Among them is President Cyril Ramaphosa, who says Pahad will be best remembered for his commitment to justice. Newzroom Afrika's Andersen filed this report.
From anti-apartheid activist to building a movement against apartheid in Europe, Aziz Ghulam Hussein Pahad went on to become a key member of the ANC and was appointed Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs by then President Nelson Mandela in his first cabinet. Pahad's work in the Foreign Office was impressive, and Thabo Mbeki then reappointed him to the post. Once the winds of political change came blowing through and saw the ANC recall Mbeki in 2008, Pahad resigned from government and as an MP. Years later in 2014, President Jacob Zuma appointed Pahad as his envoy to Israel and Palestine. Pahad passed away this past Wednesday evening. He was 82 years old. So just how much of a character was Pahad, and how will he be remembered? Struggle stalwart and friend Ronnie Casseroles described Pahad's work as a determination to see a society of equality.
This was something that ran like a golden thread through Aziz's life, that the ANC and the Freedom Charter was their vision. This was the hope, and this is what he was committed to. He, of course, in relation to the ANC and the Freedom Charter, believed that we needed, from the overthrow of apartheid, to advance in terms of what we call the national democratic revolution, to ensure the equality of our people, to ensure that the whole colonial and apartheid legacy was overcome. This was his absolute life's work and dedication, to see a society of equality, of rights and opportunities.
National Assembly Deputy Speaker Lechesa Tsenoli also recounted his memories of Pahad. Tsenoli explained that while the struggle for freedom was at its peak, Pahad fully understood the importance of disrupting the status quo.
Aziz was absolutely clear in his thinking that part of what we are confronted with is what we call counter-revolution. In other words, it wasn't innocent what is taking place. Of course, there are many errors that have been committed which must be corrected, but some of it is happening deliberately as instigation to create conditions for disruption and disruptive activities. And he sought to help people to understand that.
Department of International Relations Director Zain Dango revealed that Pahad was known as the pillar of whatever department he worked in.
You know, when you engage with Aziz Pahad, one would often forget that he was the longest serving deputy minister, often described by other ministers, including former Minister Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, as the anchor of the Department of Foreign Affairs during her tenure as minister there. We also talked to former director generals who were working with him, and the thing that strikes them is not only his professionalism, but the fact that he was humble.
Pahad's passing this week has also seen tributes from the Embassy of Palestine in South Africa, the EFF, and the South African Communist Party.